Hello Infernoble friends and welcome to my new video. So today I am about to show you something amazing. Remember my last video where I talked about how Infernoble got an incredible boost? Well, today I'm gonna show you in action. And yeah, I've been playtesting a lot, and I think my win rate is between 80% to 80 something. Like the only time that I'm losing is because I misplayed, but almost every match that I had has been winnable. And today I wanted to share with you 3 games that were like incredibly amazing. Okay, so first one, 2 going first, 1 going second. Okay, so the first game that we are about to watch is this one, where this is game 2, I believe. We are going up against. Sorry, I can't remember. We are going to see Fire King. Yeah. So you know they usually play a lot of hand drops. That's why we opened the call line. And you know Sakura Azamina is like the brick. I mean, it's called Halloween now, but yeah, replace. And it's the brick, but we have to play it, okay? And the hand is decent. We open just engine, basically, 3 engine pieces. So let's begin. As you can see, the first thing that you should do is just to bait something. I think the best bait is Museum, because if they do something, you have a replacement for Museum. Yeah, simple, standard. So now we go all gear, get gear free. Usually you want to mill gear free at least going first when you have 2 ways to get it back. Because if you only have 1 way and it gets interrupted, now your mill was also wasted. It could have been a turbine that you could have revive or equip and summon. So you want to make sure that you are going to get value of the mill. And if something happens to the Durendal, we have Heritage. And we also have Coldbait, so maybe we can, we can ensure that we are going to get the mill, so the mill is not wasted. Doesn't take the bait, so we keep going. Now between these, Durendal or Heritage, Durendal was way better because remember we are playing like this. He doesn't know the hand, but he already knew Durendal because of how we search with Museum, so it makes sense to sequence like that. Also, to set up Giffrey, you need Durendal in Graveyard anyways. Okay, so not much to say, this is standard, but here, yeah, he draws that hand drop. Now we have some lines against Fualos. I'm gonna show you in the next replay, but here you have Coldbite, so just go for it, negate it. So that's one less problem for you. Now we got Angelica, and our plays are gonna be safe with Giffrey because we can set up Giffrey, you know. So what's the word that could happen? Getting hand drop before setting up the Giffrey. Sometimes they wanna save this for the second effect, which I think it depends. Like in some instances, actually the Angelica first effect is better than the second. Here, they did it also because they know about the Giffrey. They don't want us to summon Giffrey, and now that's dead. But you know, you will have another Museum if we want. Some people are like, "Hey, you negate this? Okay, search Museum," like an instinct, because that's what you're missing. But trust me, you don't want to rush into things. In this instance, I think it's better to wait because I have in mind like a plan B in case something else happens here. So also, I'm not trying to say that to set up the Giffrey because I'm not expecting a third hand trap. Yeah, so we're just going for the Angelica effect now. And they had a third hand trap, man. So 3 hand drops, and powerful hand drops. So now we just get Ogier equipped. So at this point, usually people think that, hey, Infernoble is bad because Angelica is a choke point. I mean, and they just negate both Angelica effects. And we didn't open the cool Azamina engine, we just opened the brick. So you may think, hey, this is not an ideal scenario. But guess what? You can freestyle. Now I'm gonna show you what was my idea to freestyle here, because there was a lot of choices. I saw like 4 different lines, and this is the one that I find the most useful. So to take advantage of every resource. So now I'm gonna summon the Giffrey. Like I told you, we save, we wait, because now the best target for this Heritage is not Museum. Is, yeah, Turpin. Why? Because it can be summoned for free, and it let us utilize this Ogier. What are we gonna do? So sometimes you think that the ultimate goal is always Charles. For the most part, it's correct, but here I decided that it's not that needed. I think my endboard is gonna be fine without Charles. Why? Because we are gonna do this. The MC get Bradamante. As you know, you have to play this in the 1-card combo when you play Pure. Now we make SP. We equip Turpin that it was, available. So now we can equip Angel Ring. So what's the end board? We still have Spell Negate. without charts, but we also have Monster Negate, Vanish, and Decent Follow-up in the form of, the Graveyard, Turpin, Museum. So I think it's fine. 3 interruptions against 3 cards. So he needs a super crazy hand. And guess what? The guy had nothing useful. But even if he had something useful, it would have been hard because, we negate the first spell, and then we have a Vanish and a Negate, and we could probably use it in the right timing to counteract his plays. So, of course, we just auto-win here through 3 hand drops with freestyling and with a hand that was just average because we had a brick and we didn't have the new Azamina engine. This was just basic Infernoble. So, not bad, right? Okay, now let me show you the next one. So in the next one, game 3, we're going up against Chimera. And we open the Dominus Impulse, that of course you gotta play if you don't run any lights. He starts with Fugados. Now, sometimes they wait, but you know what? It's hard either way if we don't have an out. Trust me, in this game 3, I had all the 7 outs, but I just didn't open them. So, what's the best that you can do in this scenario? I'm gonna show you. Again, Museum first because we have the second Museum. But now, we gotta go for Turpin, and I decided to revive the Turpin right here because we have a cool plan B that you can do sometimes. Of course, this is just an idea. You don't have to run this tech, but it's been working sometimes for me, so I tested here, and trust me, as you're gonna see, it paid off. Yeah, so now we get the Durendal into Renault because we wanna get the most amount of value by playing around the Fugados. So for me, that's getting follow-up, but also setting up interruptions that doesn't give them draws, and that's Angel Ring. Of course, you need something to be live, so we equip it, and now we have Angel Ring. Yeah, in this case, I decided that the Ricardero was just follow-up because there is no line with Ricardero under Fugados with this hand, so I'd rather just be follow-up because we are gonna need follow-up, trust me. And yeah, that's the tech, not so secret. I mean, you probably know about this guy, but basically skill drain searchable, and it's really nice because it's just 1 draw and allow us to have 2 interruptions and then 3 that this could be like infinite interruptions, depending on the matchup. And everyone can play SP and out it, but if they do, now they are not killing you, and that's why you also want follow-up. Now we have a lot of follow-up here, even though it doesn't look like that. So now I'm just gonna fast forward. You could set the impulse, but in this moment I don't think it's needed. Like, I am not actually worried about the lock. So yeah, he had the out, the imperm. Okay, so now we only have 2 interruptions. Let's see what happens. So he goes with the normal summon. We just have the Dominos to control the timing because he controlled the timing for Angel Ring. So Angel Ring is not the best interruption when it is alone, but it is still applying pressure. I think Angel Ring is basically the reason why he rushed into battle phase here, for example, because he actually values his first spell that he wants to use. So he just go clear the Renault. Now you need to be aware of the Infernoble interactions. Yeah, we set up the good old Durendal Chalice chain block. So now we get a lot of follow-up. Heritage and the Renault and another the equip. And then he has the out for, this was already negated, but now he can use spells without being afraid of Angel Ring because Ring can negate Super Poly. Yeah, it's fine. I don't think he's gonna OTK. He searches, fine. Now he clears the Renault. I don't have a problem. Now he starts searching, and right when he thinks he's about to set up, Dominus Impulse says, no, not so fast, buddy. And so now he just passes on 1 set. And what do we have? A lot of follow-up, as I told you. We recovered the Heritage, the Durendal, we kept the Ricardero, so we have a ton of Infernoble engine and won it. So my idea here is simple. First, we utilize what's free, and that's the Museum on board. Now, because Ricardero is really good, but it's Warrior Lock, first I want to do the non-warrior stuff. So, you know what that means. One it, Witch, Azamina, as long as they let you. So yeah, we got the Maze because we don't want... we are probably going to shuffle it and get it back with a Museum later. Yeah, so now we could have cut the Ricardero, but I chose to cost Maugis here. Because if you pay attention, we can trigger the Maugis draw, which is nice. Yeah. So now we search this. we get the draw. We still have the plan Bs for whatever he does. We have the Ricardero 1-card starter. Hey, we get non-engine. Now we keep going. We could have some of the negate, but I'd rather, again, like push, like extend. And now with the SP out this, and then with the negate, because I was scared of something like Imperm Nip. So with this I can bait the Imperm, and then with the negate, the Nip, and then normal summon Ricardero and combo. But at this point the guy scoops, basically because the set, you know what it was? It was TC I was not expecting at all the one of TC But turns out we play around it perfectly because Spellcaster Illusion Warrior. Easy, yeah. And then, yeah, we just had combo. So yeah, I didn't care that we didn't win this turn because we had combo plus Ash, and trust me, full combo. That was gonna be like 7 interruptions and out in his board. And we knew some of I think we knew Gazelle, so we were fine. We were probably winning, anyways. If he didn't scoop, I mean. And now the last game that I want to show to you is here. This is a game 2, and this is a new deck. So I'm just gonna fast forward here because the guy is playing Malice, which is coming up in December. So you probably are not familiar with this deck. And trust me, I wasn't. This was my first time facing this deck. This is like a friend of mine that I know he's a really good player, by the way. So now he starts playing, and we are not so sure about the choke points of his deck. But this was game 3 or game 2, so I knew he was playing into Nip. I also knew he has traps that special summon that then could be interruptions. So I was checking my hand traps. Of course, we gotta use Nip before the impulse. We could even save the impulse for our turn. So now we let him go off until we think is the best time to Nip. And now I'm gonna tell you, post-match, I decided the best time to Nip was here, when he got the full board. But we kept waiting for longer. Again, not familiar with the matchup. It's not the end, but we're gonna let him develop a little bit more. Yeah, he keeps using effects, getting extenders, setting up cyber stuff. And I think we Nibiru at the very end in this case. Yeah, this guy is like 2 interruptions, so I think that's the moment that we want a Nibiru. Yeah, and now he utilizes this. I think he wants to link in my turn. I think he has a way to link climb in our turn, something like that. Also, this guy has that's the guy that he can utilize to link climb. Then what else? We know about that card, and I think the other ones are unknowns. Yeah, called by imprint that we have no idea. And we also don't know about the card in hand, but don't worry, you're gonna see it later. So we have a bunch of engine, and usually I like to save Moggies until I can utilize the draw effect. Let's see if I did that play here. So this is scary. I think we'll probably impulse that because that lets him access the engine, which I don't want him to access his engine in our turn. So yeah, we start sequencing like basic stuff. Link 2 because he has a fire, thankfully, so we can utilize it. He negates, okay, fine. We don't link climb that way. We try to extend more. Why Almaze? I think it's because we want to trigger the Maugis draw early. That might be the reason. Yeah, so now we put more cards in graveyard to accomplish that. Now get the Witch, and check this out. What's the best cost for Witch? I mean, usually you want to cost Maugis, but in this case, yeah, we cost Museum. Why? Because even though we are minus because we didn't use this effect, now we have more setup for the Maugis draw that we are going to utilize. Yeah, with Deception, basically. Like, I wasn't scared of a double imprint, so I thought that it was gonna go through. And now, that's a nice interaction, because we get a draw on top of, accomplish the cost to get the Azamina spell. And now we have more non-engine. So now, yeah, we try to extend with Azamina. At this point, I am showing the extenders and he Nibiru's. Yeah, because we did the Hira play, so we had a lot of things. And we could have negated Nibiru with inputs, but we decided that it was fine. We can probably still combo. but we really want impulse for the non-engine, the trap, remember, because that could get him into a lot of interruptions. So we negate that. Also, the Nibio cleared his own board, which was like good for us. Now all we gotta do, that's even funny. He doesn't even let us get the Sacred Azamina back because of the call by, which I think that's fair because we could have set up a negate. So now we go into a draw, which was perfect. So now the OSS is even more live. Then he like just scooped, and then we keep playing. But you know, it was GG. Okay. So anyway, that was that I wanted to show you just really quickly those games where Infernoble is looking really nice, playing through a lot of interruptions, going first or second. We have Bagusca as a solid plan B against Fubalos if you are afraid of that card. Of course, it's not perfect against every matchup, but it's something. Like, it's a good tool sometimes. So that was everything. Please keep enjoying Infernoble. Trust me, the flame is alive. Infernoble is a good deck here in this format. It's hard to pilot. Even myself, I made some misplays from time to time. But it can reward you if you play pilot properly, okay? So contact me if you want, like, if you have any questions, please ask me on the Discord. You have my Discord information in the description of the video. I think that should be everything. So stay safe. See you in my next video. Bye bye.